Hello. Welcome to my casa. You see my mohawk? It's like fuzzy because I just got on the bath a while ago. This is Romeo. For those of you that are new, these are my old man pajamas. I have lots of pairs. This is my sketching pencil. It's gotten a lot of use in the past 72 hours. I feel like I have been on a sketching marathon since Wednesday. Costumes are coming in, and they are coming in so quickly right now that it is kind of hard to keep up, and it's kind of hard to think. For Jackie is currently teaching, as far as we know, at this juncture. Put this in here so I look like really spiffy. At this current juncture, it looks like 3 groups with varying skill levels, and it looks like for sure she's doing the costumes for one of those groups, because this is the one group that she's had the longest standing teaching contract with. The 2 other schools are new this year. So they got their costume order in first and of the season, which is great. So we're hoping to turn everything around really quick because they're kind of like the school she's teaching. And, if you get that done, you can make more room for other people's schools, so you're not worried about doing the costumes for your guard. There are, I don't know, 12 or so of them. Not that you need all this information, but maybe it helps. Anyway, I don't want to tell anybody the concepts. Of course, I won't talk about that at all or anything like that, but they need, it would seem, a female uniform for the majority of the girls and a male uniform for an actor. That's pretty much all I need to know, but there's a lot of research that's going into it. As always on my part, I'm really into researching, and we do trend boards, and we find other pictures that we pull images from, which we do this for any group, but for this particular show, it was quite a bit of undertaking for at least the male side of it, and it inspired the female. So, and then over probably the last, 48 hours, we've gotten 2 more uniforms orders, which I know this sounds really good, but as far as financially, but it's really slow money. We get a deposit, and the deposit pretty much goes to all of the purchasing of the notions and the fabric, so it's not like we get paid until she literally finishes the last one and turns it in. It is good news as far as orders, but it's kind of, it's the beginning of something. It's not, the crux in the end and the paycheck. It's pretty far away at this point. And at this point, there's not a whole lot of teaching to do. The majority of the money making comes in at band camp, which I'll get back to. Somebody who we worked with in the winter that we designed their guards' uniforms is now teaching at a high school she used to teach at, and then the high school we did the uniforms for, of course, is ordering 2 more uniforms. So we got kind of stuck on the school that she teaches and kind of had to move on and try other things. So we're working now on I guess the second order, the school that ordered from us last winter, and we're trying to come up with images for that. Everything seems very image heavy. I don't think the 3rd group, the guard we used to teach, will be quite as image heavy as far as research, but it's definitely going to take some work. It's nothing out of the ordinary, of course, as far as the designs and the ideas and whatnot. It's hard to know what information to give because I love to talk about these kind of things. It's what I do. But I have been sketching nonstop, and I feel like I haven't slept. And when I wake up, all I do is search images. I'm constantly pulling images off on my computer, and I'm constantly just editing and revising these sketches and erasing and taking things off and putting things back on, and it's an exhausting process just in general, and usually we kind of get one at a time, and we can kind of go at it a bit more leisurely, and haven't had that opportunity. So it's been a little bit overwhelming, and I really haven't been able to get my pain under control. I did see the surgeon. I did get to talk because I got cut off by the direct upload, but this is going to be a pretty long one, guys, because I'm trying to get everything in it so I can talk about what I missed. I did see the surgeon. It looks like there was some damage inside of the actual joint, but the joint was not as loose as they thought. There was some congenital damage, or possibly more likely damage from the actual fall itself. It was almost bruised, and they had to repair that. But the bigger issue was sitting up here on top of my shoulder, which is where all the pain was. I had the mother lode of bursitis. It was like 10 times worse than, I don't know, 10%, I don't know. Surgeon, or the physician's assistant used some kind of term. Pretty much it was some rad-ass bursitis that I had. That had to be cleared out, which would have needed to be done anyway. So it's kind of like we went in for one purpose and we found something else and we treated it. It should, in turn, kind of speed up the healing process. I'm out of a sling unless I actually need it for pain. I can move as long as, I'm not causing myself pain. I can start to do a little bit of spinning for short periods of time, which is kind of nice. Which I talked about spinning at the first day when I went to the auditions. Yesterday we had the final judging of the auditions, so like 15 girls and 15 or 16 girls, and I think we ended up with 11. So we cut some kids. Me and Jackie, and then assistant band, or a band director friend, the band director, and the dance teacher. So it was quite a process, but thankfully it didn't take that long. So I didn't get to do a lot of spinning that day, but I did spin Wednesday after I had PT, and I had to get a cortisone injection in my shoulder to try to keep from building up scar tissue. And yes, the bursitis can come back. So we're going to have to be pretty vigilant about keeping scar tissue away and getting this thing really nice and healed. Looks like I'm going to be needing 2 times a week PT for 6 weeks, starting this coming week. And I'm probably going to be seeing Susan, which if you hear Susan now, that's the new name of the counselor, who I think I pretty much adore. She gets it, and she gets me, and she gets that I don't deal with bullshit. So Monday I'm going to see her, and I'm going to do PT. So that's it for the shoulder. It's been really numb because of the cortisone and the lidocaine injection together. And I've started getting some neuropathy in it, so I know that means to ice and take it easy. The other thing I was talking about is ways to raise money for this summer. We've got quite a bit of summer plans coming up of things that we're doing and things that I want to do. We're going to New Orleans with my mom, which she's paid for the trip. We're going to have to make a trip to see Dr. Wizard. I would love to go see the Evelyn and Evelyn concert with Jackie's sister and Megan and whoever else would love to go, and to see, which is the week after the Wizard appointment. I want to go to a motherfucking water park. We've got an awesome water park. I hope at some point we've gotten some free tickets in the past. I'm hoping we can do that. I want to either go to Night Beat or a DCI show, which for those of you who don't know, is is drum corps. I want to see the Cavaliers this year live, so that however that happens, whether it's at Night Beat or we have to go to an earlier show, I have to check. Of course, I want to teach a band camp. There is another school looking for somebody to teach, and I may or may not be able to take the position. Don't know. I can't do everything by myself because I don't like to choreograph. Those of you who know me and have taught with me, I clean and I do design concepts, but I don't like to choreograph. It's just not how my brain works. It's how Jackie's brain works, and that's why we work together. I plan like spinning like a motherfucking fool any chance I get. I'm going to be spinning under everything I'm spinning. I'm going to probably try to learn most of the weapons book from the First Flight show from this fall, or from this winter, to try to get ready, because that's the style and the same person that they will likely use to write again. And it's a style I'm really unfamiliar with. So, those are stuff that has to be done, and a lot of these things are going to be costly, especially when we travel, because it means taking off time from construction and being at home. It's maybe a 2-parter, kids. Yeah, I think it's going to be. So, for those of you who want to hear more about the money stuff and the Etsy shop, I'm going to make another video for that. So, those are my summer plans for the majority. Spend time out in the sun, get some vitamin D, start moving around, start getting this anaerobic and aerobic system moving again, start healing my adrenal glands, try to start really pushing and detoxing, and try to get really solid in this treatment regimen, and just be sick as shit and push it to the max. That's what I have to do, and that's what I feel like I have to do, and I feel like I'm in a good place. I also want to get my gallbladder tattoo this summer. So that's another big cost. And then at the end of the summer, of course, my birthday pops up. So, yeah. So, Etsy store coming in the next video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Have a good weekend. We're watching Big Greyhound. Bye.